Okay, so this is a show that just gave me ReZero-esque feels. Like 100% just gave me ReZero-esque feels. So let me explain. So Sakurada Reset starts off with our main male character, enrollee character Kai, meeting a girl named Haruki who can reset time, right? And that's what it says in the summary. A lot of people probably already knew that. But she comes with restrictions. One being the simple fact she can not really go back in time, but she can just immediately goes back 3 days and everything gets rearranged and put back into place in which it was. She can't change things within like that time frame, right? So the second thing is she can only pause or make a save. She has to save it first off. She has to save what she wants to reset, and then she can reset back to that point. But it has to be within, that point has to be within 3 days, and she cannot make another save point within 24 hours. But at the same time, she can only try to save something one time. In the sense that if there's something that she's trying to prioritize, she can only try to fix that thing, right? She can only try to fix that thing one time. But the problem and or issue at hand with that is the simple fact she loses her memories along with everyone else within those 3 days, and then they basically like replay their memories. And of course, then it's almost kind of impossible for her to, try to save anyone or try to fix anything because her memories are gone. But usually, we kind of get the hint that she knows, like, if she reset or not. Yes, she loses her memories, but she can tell she sees something, like a girl crying, for example. She probably reset that. She assumes that, or she doesn't assume that, but we kind of get the gist that she does assume that. But that's where our main male character Kai comes into play, because he can remember anything no matter what. His memory is, yeah, it's there. It's not getting reset. You can reset anything, or it doesn't matter how many times you want, but his memories aren't going anywhere. And I kind of like how they show that with Kai, like, reading Haruka's memories. And this is a really weird, and it's gonna be probably a really hard show to talk about, because the powers are so like different. You have one person who can manipulate person's powers, and we see that Kai touches Haruki, and the other guy that he doesn't say his name, I don't believe, but that can manipulate powers touches them both, and then they're able to read Haruki's memories, because Haruki's basically an android, as which we kind of get that dialogue there from Soma, who says, let's find out which, out of us three, which one of us is an android, and we can assume that's already Haruki. Which maybe there's more to that, I don't know, but I think we can assume that's Haruki. But yeah, it's really interesting. But the thing about this is, the whole town does have abilities, and I find that really interesting in the world building, but it's only this tucked away town in Japan that has said abilities. As soon as you leave the town, you lose your abilities. And I'm kind of like, whoa. And that's something I hope they expand upon. Why do you lose your abilities? Why? But you don't necessarily lose them, you forget them. But so someone like, let's say Kai, would he lose his memories about his abilities? Because his ability itself is, he doesn't forget things. So I'm wondering if, if the main antagonist, or whatever the main antagonist is going to be, if it's not just sad things in general, as they really put a big emphasis on sadness. Is it from someone outside the town? Is it the government manipulating things? Well, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm probably going too far with the government thing. But why is it only people in Sakurada? Why are those the only people that have abilities, and why do they forget their abilities as soon as they leave the town? That's something that just really, kind of interests me, or kind of like shocks me. I was kind of like taken back by it. But most abilities are usually useless outside of these two people who obviously have very useful abilities. And we actually get to see that Haruki actually doesn't even want to work with Kai at all, because she thinks that he could manipulate her. One, he doesn't forget anything. Two, she does forget things. So right then and there, he can manipulate her and basically live the life in which he wants to. And another thing I just want to bring up before the video ends here is the fact that she says that she can only make another save point within 24 hours. So I guess there are times, yeah, she can reset 3 days back, but if she doesn't make a save point, then she can't. And, she could miss something. And, I don't have to go too far into that, because it's so hard. It's one of these shows again, man. It's one of these shows that drive you freaking nuts, like a ReZero, piss you off, but you love them. I think that's what this show is going to... I know it's going to piss you off, but I think it's going to make you love it in the end. But the biggest thing about the show, if I do try to compare it to a ReZero, I highly doubt these characters are going to be likable like the ReZero ones. They may be likable, but let's be honest, Subaru may be one of the most, relatable characters in the anime ever, right? Because you can relate to him, to everything he does, in said show, it makes sense, his reactions make sense, and they're believable. Because if we put ourselves in his shoes, then we would act the same way, right? I mean, come on now. So this show's job is really, I think it's really going to have to get us connected to said characters. And I'm really just like, I don't know what to think yet. It's giving me that ReZero-esque feelings for sure. It most definitely has piqued my interest because it's a time travel done right, per se. It's a time travel that's not a rip-off. It's not a write-off, right? So I'm really interested to see where this is really going. I'm really interested. If this is written good, just good. I mean, you can say that for a lot of animes. But if the plot itself, is cool, interesting, good. But if the concept, everything, the dialogue, everything that's done around the plot is good, then I think this is going to be a great show. I think this may end up being the show of the season, possibly. It could contend. I think it's definitely a dark horse because the key thing I saw was it had popularity, and I've never heard of it. I've never heard of any kind of anime series. If you've never heard of a show, then you go to my anime list or Andy chart, and you see a show this kind of popular, has a backing, like 20,000 people I think were backing this show on my anime list. Then there's something special about it. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen next. If you guys have seen the show, leave me down. Like if you guys have seen the source material, leave me down in the comments below. What should I expect from the show in the sense of how good should I expect it to be? Is it good? Does it get interesting? Is it easy to follow? Does not get tangled up in its own mess of resetting per se. But as always, guys, I highly suggest you guys check out the show. But as always, guys, I'll see you guys next time. You've been Hex. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Hex25. Peace. Thanks for watching.